The course of history is determined by what people do with their opportunities. For decades, economist Thomas Sowell has talked about how people need to be in the right location and the best set of circumstances to maximize their skills.
In a country where there's a great deal of a certain kind of skill, that skill will not be as productive as in some other country where it's scarce.
At the Steinway Piano Company in New York City, President and CEO Ron Losby explains how the history of Steinway aligns with Thomas Sowell's theories.
We still follow the tenet that Heinrich Engelhard Steinweg started the company with, and that is to build the best piano possible. They were living in Ziesen in the Harz Mountain area of northern Germany. At that time, there was a lot of political upheaval in Germany, and they had the guild system. I think you would call it the apprentice system today, and it had really strict rules. And Heinrich was just so full of ideas on how to build the best piano that he possibly could that he was impatient, and he didn't want to wait until he graduated from this system.
On his own, Heinrich created a few pianos. But while they were favorably received, eventually, the economic restrictions in Germany made him realize that if he was to succeed, he would have to take his skills elsewhere.
It gave him the impetus to come to the New World, New York City, where there was less restriction, there was less, regulation.
Heinrich changed the family's last name to the more American-sounding Steinway.
They created an instrument that within 10 years they became the most successful, most profitable, the best piano company built in America.
Very often people talk as if some group has taken control of some industry, and they wonder how did that happen. And in most cases, they created the industry. The industry didn't exist before they got there. That's how they took control of it.
Heinrich's decision to relocate to America is a good example of one of Sowell's core beliefs: that individuals carry with them their skills no matter where they go, and can succeed if permitted to do so without cumbersome government regulations. The Steinway family was grateful for the opportunities afforded them in the United States. So during World War II, these patriotic immigrants used their special skills to support the American troops in a very unique way.
During World War II, Henry Steinway Sr. went to the government and he said, music is an elixir. It is something that soothes the spirit. It is therapeutic. And out of all of those words, which are all true, he was able to secure a contract from the U.S. government to build thousands of upright pianos. And these upright pianos were actually airlifted and parachuted into the fields where they were having war.
Special shipping containers were built, and B-17 bombers doubled as cargo planes, dropping over 5,000 pianos in every theater of the war, including Asia, Africa, Europe, and the South Pacific.
It came with music, it came with a tuning fork, and it came in a case that all you had to do was undo it, and it was tuned, and you were ready to go and play. We have these pictures of the piano, parachuted into a field, and the GIs sitting around there while someone's playing and they're all singing. It's great, it really is.
The history of the Steinway Piano Company is a great example of how a business free of cumbersome regulations can truly thrive. This is one of Thomas Sowell's core beliefs.